Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn. I'm a senior instructor here at VectorVest, and it's great to have you here. It's great to have you here. It's almost the last trading day of the week. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. John says, hit the like button on the way, folks. Glenn's favorite company is announcing earnings today, which it is, and we're going to talk about that. Hope you all have your Cafe Bustelo ready to go. I ran out of water. In my Keurig, so I can't make, and I got the pods, I can't make the pod of Cafe Bustelo because I don't have any water. Eton, good to see you here. Reading an article that we have resumed secular bull market and it will continue into 2034, 2035. Your thoughts? Ooh, you know something? Secular bull market. You know that officially, even with all of the pullback in the market, we've never officially declared it as a bear market. We've had a lot of bear runs, bear pullbacks, but we've never at one time ever said that we were officially in a situation of a bear market. Very interesting in regards to that. When is the pullback coming? Amir, it could be happening right now. We'll start talking about that. Wow, thank you, Joey. We'll be talking about that today. Folks, look at that. Finally, we got over 300 people in the room. Holy smokes. Thank you for doing that. That's because of you. I'm still going to ask you, share this right now because I think it was the alert. The alert talked about a market pullback. Is it here? Is it coming? And what to do now? So loaded 6 figures on PayPal leaps today. OMG, so want the rally before it pulls back. I see, I've been sharing, says Amir, praise the man. So, you know, for us, this is big. This is big. And now, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going to go to the program. I want to see what's going on. Thank you, Joey. This is it. So the big question is this the pullback? All right. So yesterday in our live stream with Ryan and I both, we were talking about, we got you guys prepared. And I asked the question, how many of you were blindsided by the move yesterday? Big down candle yesterday. How many of you were blindsided by the move yesterday? And the majority of the people in the room says they were not blindsided, but a couple people did. All right. And the beautiful thing behind that is a question came up of a couple of days ago. VectorVest was all bullish. And I went back and I looked at our footprint because we don't change that. I looked at our footprint, what we said, and what we said on the 31st, when we did get 3 green lights in the color guard, we said it's okay to buy stocks as long as the market is rising the next day. That was on 7/31 that you see right here, right? What happened the next day? The market fell. So if we were saying it's okay to buy stocks as long as the market was rising, the next day we would not have been buying stocks. Then what happened? We were already with another down day on that. You know, I look at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages when it comes down to the market. They crossed yesterday. What do we have today? More follow through, even though we have an open candle. So let me step back a little bit. Prior to that happening, what was the market goal? What was the market doing? It was still, for the most part, pulling up, right? What were we talking about? I see, way to go. We got 400 people in the room. Man, I love this. All right, this gives me an opportunity to talk to more people and get them understanding what's going on in the market. What had we be talking about all that time? Even though the market was hitting new highs over and over, we were telling you to be cautious because of this indicator right here called the MTI, or market timing indicator. When this historically gets above the value of 1.5 to 1.6, the market pulls back. And, you know, for those people who are brand new to the room, we got a lot of people in here. For those of you who are brand new to the room, I'm going to put this on I'm actually going to put this on a 1-year graph. I want to show you historically what's going on. Frank said, Fred was my guy yesterday. Not blind started, but too early to be a grizzly. It's all right, Fred. I got you, man. And I love that conversation we had yesterday. Mark says, don't scare them away like you do the new hires. We don't do that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that, Mark. As a matter of fact, Mark, you know where to go. All right. you know where to go. And Joey is right. Make sure you hit the like button, folks. All right, so look at this indicator. When we get above that value of 1.5 to 1.6, what does the market do? Boom, look at that pullback. We got very close to that level. What did the market do? Boom, pulled back. We stayed above that level for almost a month or so. Eventually, what did the market do? Boom, it pulled back. We got close to that level here. What did the market do? Smaller pullback, and that's where we stand right now. We got up to that level, we pulled, and now what is the market doing? Pulling back. So I did that for the benefit, of the brand new people that are in the room, to give you a better understanding of how powerful that indicator is and why we were giving and talking about caution all throughout this time. Put this back on the 3-month graph. All right. So today we need to talk about the right stocks at the right time. We have a video coming out tomorrow evening that's going to talk about that same subject. It's going to be the right stocks for the right time. And I've got a call to action in that video. If you want to see that kind of stuff continue to go on, you're gonna know what you need to do to make that happen. But I think that a lot of people, and Fred being one of them, maybe we need to do a better job of looking at what the VectorVest says from guidance perspective, and then put it into practical application. All right, so there is a call to action in tomorrow's 6 p.m. video. If you want to see more of that, then you're gonna know what you need to do. If you put a 15 period moving average on the MTI, you can see how both lines were really high before the pullback. The MTI is at 1.29 now. Yes, it's pulled back. All right, but that doesn't mean that the pullback is over. I can look visually on the graph and I can see that we have pulled back. Does it continue? Well, the 3 and the 8, the first thing I'm looking for is for the primary wave to go back up. And then I'm going to look to see if the 3 and the 8 start to move back up as well. So right now, I'm going to officially say that we are in a signal right now for a pullback. Amir says this means buy. How do you can say that, Amir? How low is low? How low can the market go? And you know something? I've got a level of support on the market right now, sitting at the value of about $58.81. I'm thinking that we can get to that. If the market's going to show us some signs of more pullback, that's going to be our level of support. If we break through that, we've got another level of support sitting at about $57.19. So one day doesn't make a trend. We've got 3 days of the market going down. We've got coming off of the July high resistance. We've got the 3 and the 8 crossing. All of these things, Akshaya says this is a buying opportunity. All right, so let me ask this question. How many of you feel that this is a buying opportunity now, type of 1? How many of you think that the market may still have some more downside, type of 2? All right, let me go find out. All right, the MTI being below 1.5 is a good sign, isn't it? Absolutely, I think it's a good sign. All right, but how low can low go? You guys don't know that yet. All right, and I've got a good mixture. Mark says cherry picking only. Now, I would only say cherry picking only on a day when the market is going up. For anybody who's typing a 1 in the room, you need to make sure, if you're thinking that it's a buy opportunity, that the market has to be going up. Let me back this up a little bit more. I'm going to go back to the homepage. All right, I want to go back to the homepage. What else am I looking for before I get a buying opportunity? How about let's wait for another green light in the color guard pricing column? How about we wait for the primary wave to go up? So I can understand, and I'm probably going to say, that the people that are right now saying that it's a buying opportunity, you're a lot more aggressive in the market than most people. Akshaya says all comes down to Amazon and Apple earnings tonight, and we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to give some insight on earnings for the both of those. And I think that those, Akshaya, are going to be big movers for the market, whether to the upside or to the downside. Jeff says cherry pickers better keep an eye on earnings. Lots of low. All right, so we're going to get into that. We're going to definitely get into that today. Let's get back into my graph. Let's talk about what's moving the market the way that it is, and let's talk about what stocks we should be looking at this time. I'm going to go to my articles, and let's start off here. All right, this is big news right here. Right? This could, for those of you who are thinking that it's a buying opportunity now, let me talk to you about maybe why it's not quite a buying opportunity and that the market could definitely have some more downside. Americans are about to have $100 billion less to spend. That's not bullish for the market. $100 billion less to spend. Where's that going to come from? A lot of that is going to come from right here. So resuming the student loan payments in October will subtract about $9 billion from consumer spending every month. So now, for those of you who are the aggressive folks that said that now is a buying opportunity, this is a big point of the picture right now. And I was a big fan of, people have money to spend. I never took into consideration that more people had more money to spend because they weren't having to pay back loans. So what did that do? That put extra money in their pocket, but did it really? That was money that should have been spent towards your student loan that was paused, and now you had more disposable income. This right here, and who's telling you about this besides us? That's a big piece of the pie right now when it comes down to people having money to put into the market or having to take money out of the market to go back and resume their loans. It's also an election year. I know, Fred. I'm not going down that. I'm not going down that path. All right. And he said that this person, this name Torsten Slok, this is going to have a bigger impact on the younger households. Roughly 6% of federal student loan debt is shouldered by adults aged 25. Adults 25 to 34 holding 30%, while nearly 39% belongs to those at 35 to 49. This is going to take money out of the bank, out of the market, out of the economy. How about this? With the move of the market right now, a sudden jump in volatility spells trouble for U.S. stocks. Again, I'm going back to the people who said that right now is a buying opportunity. I don't think it's there yet. I think that the market has more downside. I'm glad that you're ready to jump, but at least let something tell you that it's ready to jump than to go off of a feeling of, I think it's a better buying opportunity now. The MTI is below 1.5. Let's go, 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 go. Here's two stories that tell you that the market has definite downside right now. What else is pushing the market down? How about this? Mortgage rates closing on 7%, and that may keep buyers on the sideline. Folks, this is three stories. Now, let me back up a second. Again, for those of you who were typing a 1 that this is a buying opportunity, do you still feel that way after these three stories? Type a yes or a no in the room. Do you still feel that based on what I just said, that it's still a buying opportunity right now? Type a yes. And those go to the people who said that this is a buying opportunity right now. Akshaya, again, I'm gonna help you out when it comes down to that. The market needs to catch up to the heights. Yes, buying puts only way. That's a little different than buying long, just saying you want that this is a buying opportunity. Buying puts is still taking advantage of the market to the downside. All right, Fred says one short term. All right, how short is short term? And Fred, what stocks are you going to get into for short term? Oh, I got that already for you. I already got what stocks I'm looking at right now. So with that being said, let's go. Hold on. I got a call coming in. Hold on. I got to take this call. Hold on. It's Jerome Powell. Hello, Mr. Powell. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you're watching the stream? You are? Oh, man, that is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Do you agree with the stuff that I'm saying? That's Oh, Janet Yellen said that the pushback in credit is arbitrary. Oh, you you do remember the last time? You do remember the last time you were talking about inflation and you called it transitory? How'd that work out for you, bro? Oh, so Janet didn't want to scare people. Oh, is that what it is? Janet didn't want to scare. Okay, I got you. Janet didn't want to scare people. All right, but do you agree? It's not what you believe. It's just what you say goes. Oh, is that how it works? Okay. So I'm just, but you're watching. Are you picking up some tidbits about what's going on, Mr. Fed? Oh, oh, really? Well, good day to you, sir. Wow, that Fed's got some kind of gumption on him. Holy smokes, he's got. Ooh, wait. When Glenn talks, Jerome, listen. I'm just wow. He got some cojones on him. He told me pretty much to just stay out of his way. All right. I think he's going to call back at some point in time and go, sorry, Mr. Tompkins, I apologize. What can I do now? We'll see. All right. Well, Powell said that he does not understand inflation, says Dan. So we'll see. All right. So I got 3 stories in regards to what's going on in the market right now. All I'm telling you, folks, is let the market come to you. I think that the market's got some downside. As Akshaya was saying, Apple and Amazon earnings are coming out today. That's going to be a big push on the market, whether it's bullish or bearish. Bullish or bearish. So with that being said, what am I looking at in this particular point in time? I'm looking at clean energy still, but I'm looking at another side of clean energy. And Dan is one that tells me you can't sleep on uranium. And I'm with him 110%. All right. I'm with him 110%. How about this? Clean energy investments increasing fast. Nearly 2/3 of the $2.8 trillion set to be invested globally in energy this year is expected to go to clean energy, including nuclear. But the impressive increase in clean energy investments is concentrated in a handful of countries, according to the newly released report from the IEA. I am a big fan. Hydrogen is another way. Elwin, I'm still putting together a story to talk about hydrogen. I'm still talking. That's going to be my alternative. My first alternative to lithium was solid state batteries. I did a video on that. And I think I'm going to do another video called the alternative, and we're going to look at hydrogen. All right. So we got somebody who just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Folks, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, number 1. Number 2, if this is worth it for you to stop by today, at least hit the like button as well. All right, so I got a stock or 2 that I'm looking at for the uranium side. Let's go to my big news. My 2 stocks that I'm looking at for uranium. Let's go see, make sure that this is working. All right, my 2 stocks, CCJ and UEC. Those are my 2 uranium stocks that I really like. Notice that with a mixed day, back and forth in the market, both of them are up today. Neither one of them, well, actually, CCJ has got a relative value above 1, RT above 1, CI above 1. If I'm going to look at out of the 2, which one I would play, I do like, look at that. CCJ has got 37% earnings growth. UEC has got negative earnings and negative earnings growth. But I like the space, so I would keep my eye on that. But if I'm looking at clean energy, I definitely like CCJ in the space. So 2 stocks for the right stocks to buy at the right time, especially if there's going to be an influx of money going into nuclear. These are 2 good stocks to keep on your radar. Does anybody have any questions when it comes down to these stocks? All right, does anybody have any questions? Tell us about Apple and Amazon. Akshaya, I got you. I told you that I'm going to do that. I definitely am. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. Anybody have any questions when it comes down to the uranium stock picks that I have? Amir says, you should be the next Fed. You are better than all the Feds. Now, I got too many skeletons in my closet. If I've got to go to the confirmation hearings, ooh, I can't make it. Glenn, can you order me some DoorDash? We're going to talk about DoorDash. All right. There's no question. What's a good buying point for CCJ? Let's go take a look at it real quick. View the stock graph. Let's bring that up. If I'm going to look at CCJ as a good buying opportunity, how about this level right here? I would put in a buy order about 5 cents high. I'd put in an order about 370. I put in a buy order about 370. I like the bounce coming off of a base. Look at that beautiful hammer, the 388 cross going. I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high. I'd look at a buy at a stop mark about quantum. I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high. That makes sure that I'm buying as the stock is going up. When I'm looking at CCJ, I'll see the convergence of the 388, but I think if the industry is moving, this may not be a bad play. This is why, well, which one is this one? UEC looks better on the graph than CCJ. I like CCJ because of the relative value, but UEC may be the better play from a technician perspective. I will wait until Maker goes down more. All right, there you go. The market goes down more. All right. If there's no questions, T, did I answer your question? T, did I answer your question? Hopefully I did. Let's go to the next story. Oil. Oil is a good play. Occidental Petroleum partners with ADNOC, partner for carbon capture solutions. Occidental Petroleum and ADNOC are collaborating to evaluate investment opportunities in direct air capture. You know, a lot of news is talking about this being the hottest summer on record globally. And a lot of people are attributing that to climate change. I am not going to get into that argument. But from the perspective of the output of carbon crap into the air, globally, we're still doing it. And, you know, the United States is trying to take a stand in trying to revert, take all of that stuff that we're putting up and move it more to clean energy. I love that idea. All right. I don't want it to be forced down anybody's throat, which is what's going on. But I think that, with a year like this year from a heat perspective, something ain't right. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Something ain't right. And from something not being right, I think if more countries were to adopt a lot more clean energy alternatives, that might be good for the globally. All right. So Occidental Petroleum is a stock that I've liked for a long time. So is Dr. Delito. So I'm going to put that into our list. Occidental Petroleum, where's that at? Number 3 in the list by way of VST. It's got good upside potential. It's a petroleum stock. Petroleum, I'm bullish on petroleum right now. I think that with the lack of supply, the demand is there, oil is going up. All right, oil is going up, being forced down people's throat, and that's what's happening. Daniel, and again, I'm not going to go down that path. I don't like to do politics in the room. I swear, if Joey and I could do a bar crawl in a state somewhere, in a city somewhere with you guys, you would learn a lot about what's on my mind. You would really, really learn a lot about what's on my mind. Drew says, Vogtle nuclear power plant in Waynesboro, Georgia is up and running and producing electricity. I'm a big fan. Uranium is a good way to go. I really do. Come to Biloxi. Joey, would you want to go to Biloxi and hang out with Mark? Yes or no? I'm with that. How many of y'all would want to come join us in Biloxi with Mark and me and Joey? We could have a lot of great conversation. All right, Occidental Petroleum. Where's my price and value? There we go. It is undervalued. Most oil stocks are right now. I do like the earnings growth, 10% with a positive earnings of 6.3. Ryan has done a couple of videos on oil stocks to put into your hands some oil stocks to pay attention to. As a matter of fact, last night he did a new oil video on oil stocks that pay out good dividends. Hopefully you had an opportunity to take a look at that. Cigar says, yes, please come here. I would love to. Joey, you think VectorVest would pay for us to go do an event in Biloxi? Ooh-wee. Daniel says, I'm going to run for president of the United States. My slogan, more nukes. Oh, yeah. Daniel, sorry. That's so wrong. That's so wrong on so many levels. All right. How do we find oil, the oil, say that again, Scott? So I actually should have had 2 stocks in here. I'm going to put in USO. Do you
want your oil presentation? Nobody's asking.
Is that where it is? How do you? Oh, it's on the YouTube channel. Hold on. Let's go to the YouTube channel. This is for the purpose. Everybody asks, where are the videos? All right, so we're going to go to www.youtube. Actually, just go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. And under search, I want you to go search for VectorVest. You're going to find our channel. Same place you are right now. But there it is. It's right there, Scott. Top dividend paying oil stocks. Right there. Go to our channel. This is where all of our shorts are, all of our videos that we've done. If you go to latest from VectorVest plus 8 more, click on that. Look at that. They're right here on our channel. Right here on our channel. All right. So, there we go. All right. Let's go back to, I'm going to put in USO and I'm going to put in Occidental Petroleum. Both of them have VST above 1s. USO is the ETF. Look at that. RT above 1, RT above 1. Neither CI is above 1 because this is still early in the move on either one of these. I am actually at the point where I'm actually trading in real world time. I'm playing WTI. Where's the goats? Oh, we had the short. That was the short. We just put up a short about the goats. Where's the shorts?
We didn't post that to our channel.
It is on our Twitter file though. It is up there. And then I posted it on my social media as well. All right, but that's where it is. We're going to put it up there eventually. Oil is a good play. Occidental Petroleum undervalued. Oil is a good play. All right, so the story was about Occidental. I want you to keep your eyes on the ETF USO. All right, any questions on the oil picks? All right, and there's a lot more oil. There you go. Stephanie saying XOM. I can throw that in there as well. We can throw XOM in there. I bet you it's going to be towards the top of the list. There it is. You know, you look at the top, out of 13 stocks, it's in the top half. The oil picks are all in the top half. ExxonMobil is undervalued. I'm all with that. All right, when are you coming to Canada? I think it's 2 of us are going to Canada in September. All right, 2 of us are going to Canada in September, Errol. I don't know the exact dates. I thought I knew the exact dates, but I don't know the exact dates. But I believe it's going to be in September. All right, if there's no question on the oil picks, remember, this is all about stocks to be considering now, the right stocks at the right time. I think oil is one of those stocks, the right stocks at the right time. So is the uranium plays. All right. Excuse me. Let's go back to the next story. Amazon. All right. So we're talking about, Akshaya wanted to know what was going on with Amazon and with Apple. Amazon set to report second quarter earnings after the bell. It's expected to show revenue growth of 8.5% when it reports. Wall Street will be paying close attention to the cloud revenue, though, retail margins, and any commentary on artificial intelligence. There's a lot of moving parts when it comes down to what Amazon and Apple are both reporting. During the quarter, Amazon hosted an annual Prime Day, which it touted as its biggest ever. That's going to help revenue. All right, so if the Prime Day did well, which was that, I think, 11th and the 12th of July-ish, all right, if they did well on Prime Day and they're going to post it as the biggest ever, that's going to definitely help revenues. All right, we're going to take a look at the stock in a second. Apple, on the other hand, Apple live updates what to expect. Apple is to post their 3rd consecutive year-over-year decline in quarterly revenue. That is my issue with Apple. I love Apple. I am a big fan of Apple. I'm not playing Apple right now, but I love Apple. I think it's a great stock. The biggest thing, ooh, infant RSV shot wins backing of CDC Vibe. Ooh, got to take a look at that. Not now, though. I think the biggest issue with Apple is going to be revenue. All right. Analysts expect the company's profitable services division to be the bright spot, rising over 5%. Now, keep in mind, just like Amazon, Apple's got their hands on a lot of different things. Is it going to be enough with everything? You know, you got Apple TV, you got the iPhone, you got the iPad, you got all of their services, all of those things. Are they in? And if the sales on the devices fall, that's going to be an issue because that's going to affect revenue. But from a services, you know, you got Apple TV, you got Apple Music, and all of those different things. And it says that might be the bright spot in all of that. But if everything else pulls it down, revenue is going to be no. Energy, you finna go to timeout. You say Team Android. If you're Android, you're on the dark side. If you're using Android, you're on the dark side. If Apple crashes the market tomorrow, will Apple still be going? It's going to always be my favorite stock. Believe you me, Apple is going to always be my favorite stock. And and that's another thing. The glasses are coming out soon for Apple. They're $4,000. That's going to help revenue for the next quarter. That, I think, it all depends on how many they sell. That should help revenue as a new innovative product, which they haven't done anything innovative in a long time. That should help revenue for the next quarter, Stephanie. All right, another Apple story. Apple and Amazon results pose tech rally's toughest hurdle. This is another thing. China is a risk for Apple, Amazon because they're supposed to be reopening. They're the biggest purchaser of stuff. That could affect both of them. Both have outperformed and traded a premium to the market. And if they're at a premium, at some point in time, some people are going to turn around and go, ooh, I don't know if it's really worth it for me to spend that kind of money on Apple and Amazon. So now a precursor to what could happen with Apple. Qualcomm, stung by sluggish smartphone market. So I put that in there because same space where Apple is and where a lot of their revenue is going to come from. And they plan layoffs. That could be a precursor for Apple. That's why this story is here. All right. That's huge. So honestly, I think that Apple will miss on revenue. But will they beat earnings? You know, I think Apple's a tough play right now in a tech-heavy space that's gone up so much during this upturn. I think a lot of people are looking to take profits on these stocks as well. All right, so Akshaya, does that answer your question in regards to both of those stocks? I definitely think that Apple misses revenue. Amazon, you know, maybe the Prime Day might have helped to push revenue back into the black. We'll see. That's my insight on those stocks. Let's take a look at them in my graph. There's Apple, there's Amazon, and there's Qualcomm. Qualcomm's already, because of their sluggish phone sales, already down 8.67%. The only reason why I have this, again, is as a precursor to Apple. Apple's only down about 0.4%. Amazon's ahead of the game prior to earnings. Look at that. None of these stocks have RVs above 1. But both Apple and Amazon have relative safeties above 1 because they tend to make money. Let's go look at Apple's growth. Earnings growth is at 5. Amazon's growth is at 4. Not gangbusters. All right, not gangbusters. And they both have positive earnings. Qualcomm, on the other hand, earnings growth is at negative 5%. That could have been the precursor to it as well. QCOM, big supplier to Apple, just like Foxconn is a big provider. TSMC, there's a lot of suppliers to Apple that are hurting. So that's my insight. I definitely think that Apple misses revenue. I don't know about Amazon. So the cool thing, or the important thing is many of you are still holding these stocks, right? Remember, the right stocks for the right time. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. Apple fell through its trend line, and the 388 went negative. All right. After all that bullish run, it fell through. All right, let's go look at Amazon. Amazon in a channel. Amazon is definitely in the channel. Glenn, please put those on a weekly chart with the MACD. Weekly chart. Let's go. And weekly 1 year. I don't like using MACD. I'm not a MACD fan, but let's go add the parameter of MACD, technical analysis, MACD. There's your MACD. It's coming together. And look at the difference between the two moving averages. They're converging. All right, that's on Amazon. Let's go back to Apple. Look at that. It's getting less and less bullish. And that's prior to, and then we're on a weekly graph, prior to earnings. And let's go look at Qualcomm before earnings. Wow, look at that. It's below the difference between the two, but they did cross bullish. Big hit today because of earnings. All right, big hit today because of earnings. All right. Does that answer everybody's question in regards to Akshaya? You wanted to know what my insights were on Apple and Amazon. Did I answer, Akshaya, did I answer your question, but everybody else? Were you okay with the insight on those two? Just type a yes or a no. Just type a yes or a no. That's it. All right. I want to use the program to give you the answer, but I do want to give some insight behind it as well. I want to give some insight behind it as well. What should we... Amir! Oi! If you were here, I would grab you by the lapel and go, OMG. That's what I would say to you. That's what I would say to you, Amir. What does it look like? I got a level of resistance on Qualcomm. No, actually, let's go back to the other two. Yeah. Apple, weekly graph, resistance, pulling back. Earnings are coming out tonight. I'm not feeling it. I'm looking at the MACD. I'm not feeling it. All right. I'm just not right now. Same thing with Amazon. So what should you look at? Both of these are coming off of levels of resistance. I do like that the 3 and the 8s are still bullish, but they're pulling back. Does that answer your question? Yeah, Amir. I just got a headache. All right. Headache's gone. All right. Any questions on the insight on Apple and Amazon reporting? Apple had a deal with Messi in the MLS. Did he? I didn't know that. I'm mad. Should we buy XROF? Sorry, couldn't help it. It's not in my list today, so I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. All right. Any questions? Any questions on the earnings? Because that's the big news. If I'm telling you that you need to be in them right now, the answer to that is no. I wanted to have them on my list because a lot of you are currently trading them. I wanted you to get the insight as to what's going on. All right. All right, let's get back to the news. I'm almost done here. Yep, I am. Here's a drug stock. How about this? Regeneron eyes a quick rebound from the FDA rejection. So they had a rejection on an eye drug, right? To bring a new version of his blockbuster, Eylea, FDA said the company said it's quarter two earnings. Some analysts expected a 6-month delay after the FDA rejected the new higher dose vision loss treatment in June because of problems at contract manufacturer Catalent. Regeneron is counting on the approval to help fend off competition for Roche's Vabysmo and generic biosimilars. A quick FDA approval would let Regeneron launch the drug prior to biosimilars hitting the market in mid-24. This could be a big move. And I don't mind looking at this is more of a speculative, aggressive stock. All right, but an FDA approval on a stock like this, bringing a drug to the market faster than their competition, could be a big mover for REGN. All right, so that's the purpose of having REGN. Where's it at? Towards the middle of the list. Let's scroll this over a little bit. It is way overvalued. Well, that happens with a lot of drug companies because they put a lot of money into research and development. And sometimes the FDA will mess them over. I don't want to say mess them over, but won't give them the approval. And so that's why a lot of drug companies are overvalued. Upside potential is not there, but the company overall does make money with a relative safety above 1. You've got RT above 1, so it's in an uptrend. Negative earnings growth, but they do, $700 stock. They have an earnings per share of 41. Do they pay a dividend? No dividend. They got no dividend. All right, so this is more of a speculative play, but FDA news, we've seen it happen time and time again, how the FDA can put, this is a lot of money for a stock, though. I'd play the option. The option's got to be expensive as well. All right, it's up $45 today for a move of 6.18%. All right, 360 Morgan says, thanks for APLD. Anything on PANW? And now, listen, I'm going to give you an opportunity to look at your stocks in a second. Not yet. Not yet. You can lose your mind with speculative drug companies. I've gotten burnt out. Energy, that's true. All right. I'm not telling anybody. This could be a big mover by way of the FDA. Why do you use the 3 and the 8? I thought MPI suggests the 3 and the 8. That's where a lot of my 3 and the 8 came from. It came from Canada. It came from Stan Heller and the people in his user group. And I've adopted that, and I love using the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages. All right. So there you go. Glenn, I just ran a scan on the new highs for today. Lots of petroleum stocks in that group. You wonder why petroleum is in my list today, John. All right. It's all about the right stocks for the right market. That's exactly why petroleum is in my list. All right. Any questions on Regeneron? Again, this is a more aggressive speculative pick because if the FDA does give it approval, this stock could rock and roll. Any questions before I move to my next story? Going once, twice, 3 times a lady. All right, let's get to the next story. All right, DoorDash. So how about this? DoorDash order frequency hits a new high as delivery demand stays strong. People are ordering food rather than going out to a restaurant. This could be if this frequency stays this high, this could be a good mover of the stock. All right. People just, how many of you, again, Karim, please wait until I give you an opportunity. All right. So tell you what I'm going to do. I think I've been nice by asking you guys to wait. If you continue to put stocks in here that you want me to take a look at, I'm going to ignore them for now. I want to be honest. So you keep putting stocks up in there for me to look at, I'm not going to look at them, all right, until it's time for us to look at them. All right. With that being said, how many of you would rather DoorDash than go to a restaurant? Type of 1 if you would rather DoorDash. Type of 2 if you'd rather go to a restaurant. Now, keep in mind, when I talk about going to a restaurant, how many of you have still come across going to a restaurant and having slow service because they don't have enough service? I want you to keep that in mind. And I think that is still going on even now, that a lot more people want to DoorDash or go to a restaurant. You guys want to go to the restaurant. Wow, look at that. Interesting. So you people are not DoorDashing, driving this frequency higher. Ward says he wants to eat at home. I hear you. Until they deliver the bartender with the food, I'm not ordering with DoorDash. Interesting. Very interesting that most of you would rather go to a restaurant, even if the service is slow because of the lack of service. That's interesting. You know me, this is a non-judgment zone. I just wanted to see where your heads are at. This is very interesting. You say sell then? I didn't say sell then. Did you hear me say sell then? You didn't hear me say that. All right, John says, what's the classic? Joey, what did he say? I don't want to click on it and go back. You're going to make me go back into the chat.
You were talking about the Seinfeld episode.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Excuse me.
It's not too far back. It's just above those 2s.
No, that's all right. All right. DoorDash is one of the smartest services they came out with. So let's talk about it. Let's go into the software. Let's go see where DoorDash is. Interesting. DoorDash is towards the lower part of the list. Would I buy it now? So Amir says sell it. You know something? Way overvalued, fundamentally not sound. It isn't an uptrend. Negative earnings growth and negative earnings. So maybe is this more news-driven situation? I'm thinking by way of looking at VectorVest, I may not want to be in DoorDash. I think that it's getting a pop The news is giving it a pop, but I think that I may not want to really invest in DoorDash based on its fundamentals. But it is, from a technical standpoint, going up in price. The CI is not high either. I'd be careful with DoorDash, but it was a good story. Even though I'm looking for the right stocks to buy now, I'm not sure that I'm in the running to buy DoorDash. There you go. Pedro is right. I think that this is more so news driven than not. Probably not a stock that I want to buy right now. All right. Any questions on DoorDash? John says, now, if you can take that video and put Glenn's face and Glenn's voice, it would be funny, but no, not the copyright on Turk. Oh, I got you. All right. If there's no questions on DoorDash, I also put in here Uber, because Uber, look at that. Or if you go to our main website, www.vectorvest.com, go over to the blogs. We always put stocks in here that we want you guys to pay attention to. Uber finally has a profitable quarter, but shares slip anyway. What does that mean for investors? And then we put a story together for you. All right. So even if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest software, you can still get our analysis on stocks that are making the news. Nice little story right here. While Uber has poor upside, that's Rizé. You're on the video, Rizé. If you watch, there you are. There you go. While Uber has poor upside potential, the stock has fair safety and good timing. All right, so let's take a look at that. The DoorDash story. Uber is going down, still just like with DoorDash, and they're sitting right close to each other. Look at that in the list. Neither one of them are fundamentally sound. Both have RTs above 1, but at least with Uber, it's got a growth rate of 35%. Interesting. Uber does Uber and Uber Eats, where DoorDash is more for food. Uber is driving people around and going into the market of Uber Eats. If I had to look at either one of them to take a look at, to invest in, they're both overvalued. Neither one of them are fundamentally sound, but I do like that Uber makes money where DoorDash does not. Okay? All right. And I think that was the last of the stories. Yep, that was the last of the story. Glenn, do you use DoorDash for your McRibs? I don't order McRibs. You know what I did order? Yeah, y'all going to start judging. You know what I did order? They got the special right now on McDonald's, the 40-piece chicken McNuggets for $10.99. Ooh, the 40-piece chicken McNuggets for $10.99. VV says DoorDash is worth 14. John, both of those stocks are overvalued. Both of those stocks, whether it's DoorDash or Uber, is way overvalued. All right. I got Uber sitting at $5.28. Jake says that's so gross. How many of y'all like chicken nuggets type of 1? If you think they're gross, type of 2. All right. Jeff says Grubhub, Uber Eats, lots of competition. That's also true. That's also true. How many of y'all feel like who's down with the McNuggets? Type of 1. If you think they're gross, type of 2. I'm down. 40 pieces. Do y'all understand? Do y'all understand what's going on right there? 40-piece chicken McNugget for $10.99. I know, John, that they're bad for me. I didn't say that they were good for me. Not at one point in this conversation did I ever say that they were good for me. But they are good tasting to me. A lot of y'all don't like them. It is. Don't judge me, though. All right. So those are my stocks for the purposes of the right stocks to buy now. I'm big in the uranium. I like that space. I'm in oil. Watch Apple and Amazon. I think that they will move the market, whether to the upside or to the downside, big time. Ironically, they don't taste like chicken. Who cares? They taste like chicken. Well, chicken nuggets, but not from McDonald's. They taste like chicken to me. And Jake, I thank you for worrying about me. Joey doesn't worry about me. I thought Joey would worry about me, but Joey doesn't care. He doesn't care. That makes me sad that Joey doesn't worry about me. All right. I did have another stock in here talking about, we saw the story about mortgage rates going up. I want you to keep your eyes on DRV, and I also want you to keep your eye. I got an ETF for mortgages. This is one. I couldn't find a Contra. So this one is one that I would buy puts on. Mortgage rates up to almost 7%. DRV is a good stock to have at this time. This is a Contra though, and it's a triple leverage. It's up 5% today. And then if I'm going to play specifically on mortgages, REM, but I would buy puts. Because this is the bullish side for mortgages. If you want to play that, I couldn't find a Contra, but I would buy puts on this one. All right. If I ordered 40p, my wife would know I was smoking weed, says Drew. Oh my gosh, that's wow. I don't smoke weed, and I like the 40 piece. Joey, you don't smoke weed, do you? I'm not putting it. Don't answer that. Don't answer. Don't answer that. All right, so those are two more stocks I think are good stocks for the time right now. DRV for the real estate, and then REM to buy puts on. Those are my stocks, folks. Those are my stocks, the right stocks for the right time. I've given my insights on Apple and Amazon. We'll go from there. All right. Hottest industries. That's another place to find the right stocks. And I got some stocks for some industries I want you to keep your eyes on. I want to move over. What are my industries? Steel, petroleum, office, transportation. How did I get to that? All right. Here's my stocks, my hottest industry stocks. For the most part, they are up today. Out of the 9 stocks, 6 out of the 9 are up today. All right. Let me tell you how I got to these stocks. I went to the Unisearch tool. All right. And I went to the Delta Searches sectors. And I did a 10-day price delta. All right. I ran it. Delta means percentage change. I'm looking at a percentage change in price. Petroleum. Dang it. Petroleum over the last 10 days. All right. John talked about how petroleum is moving. It's up almost 5% in the last 2 trading weeks, followed by paper, 4 3/4, followed by office, 4.06. And then I also looked at steel. So why did I pick those specifically? Because when I was looking at them, their RVs were above 1. So I wanted not only the sectors that were rising, but the sectors that had RVs above 1. Since the markets moved today, some of those have backed off of their 1 rating, and I'm okay with that. So I went through like petroleum sector. I double-clicked, and it brought up the industries. So I looked at the industry, and I found the one that had the highest RV. The one that had the highest RV was petroleum U.S. royalty, biggest upside potential. I double-clicked, found the stocks within there. And from the stocks, I went and found out which stocks were moving the most. That's how I went and found the stocks that I did. So I'm going to close that. And I'm going to go back. Going through that process. You saw BPT and SJT at the top of the petroleum list. That's why they're in my list. All right, BPT and SJT both have RVs above 1. Notice that all of the stocks that I picked from this process have relative values above 1. They have VSTs above 1. Only a couple have CIs above 1. And those I would pay attention to. All right. And let's scroll over once again. That's steel, transportation. All right. Steel, transportation. Let's right click. View the stock graph on these. Move that over. Put this on a 3-month graph. A little bit of a pullback. That's all right. I want you to keep your eyes on that. When would I buy? When the stock goes back above the high. All right. These are the industries that are rising. Today's market is pulling them down. This one's stopping right at a level of support. Let's see if that could bounce. So I'm using the power of momentum to try to see if these can go back up. All right. And before you go to buy any of these, you got to make sure that they're going up before you pull the trigger. All right. And it makes sense that a lot of them are going down because of what's going on in the market. Go back to the market timing graph because of what's going on in the market. All right, keeping that in mind. But I am trying to at least put the hottest industries together for you and find the stocks that are doing the best. Let's go look at the bottom half of this. All right, let's go look at the bottom half of this, which includes oil. Put some 3-month graph. Look at that. BRC, office supplies, right at the level of resistance. Would love to look at that. I love the 3 and the 8 are being resilient right there. Wow. EBF, look at that. And from a MACD perspective, woo-wee. All right, what else? What else is going on? Where did my mouse go? Okay. What else is going on? How about SJT? I know that Ryan has talked about that stock in the petroleum space. SBR, petroleum royalty coming off a level of support, moving up. All right. And BPT, big hit yesterday. Look at that rebound today. Look at that rebound today. All right. So there we are. What else do I want to look at? Let's go look at oil energy. All right. Oil and energy on the rise. Oil and energy on the rise. I've got 5 stocks that I keep my eyes on for this space. I love the move. And another good spot to be with the market doing what it's doing. How about always looking at Contra ETFs? That's a great way. That's a great way to take advantage of a downtrending market. Sort this by percentage price change. I've got 12 Contras that I want you to keep your eyes on. Take a picture of this, whatever you need to do. I do like this listing of stocks from Contra perspective. There's DRV at the top of the list, up 5%, followed by Webb's, Hibbs. I heard that Steve got you guys in the Jockey Club in the Hibbs. All right, so only one of these are a buy. Look at that, LABD, the only buy in the list. That's a telling sign from a Contra perspective. All right. Does VectorVest track the traditional 11 sectors? And we got those. We got more than those sectors. I believe we got 41 sectors. But from a traditional standpoint, we do have healthcare, materials, consumer staples, and all that kind of stuff. If you go to the viewers tab and scroll down and go to the industry viewer, can you find those industries? Absolutely. I can sort this alphabetically. Let's go see healthcare. Let's go. I should have just gone the other way. That's silly. How many is in here? Oh, how did I get to I went, no. Sector viewer. That's what I wanted. I wanted the sector viewer. We got 222 industries. We got 41 sectors. Let's sort this again alphabetically. Let's go see. There's healthcare. All right, there's healthcare. Let's go to type in 50. But to answer your question, we do have the traditional. What do you think of Humana? I think, again, I'm getting ready. I'm not looking at them yet. Not until I'm going to give me a couple of seconds. We'll look at some of your stocks. Again, I told you if you put them up there, I wasn't going to pay attention to them until I asked you for them. Materials. When you say materials, I got to probably have a different name for that sector. But you materials, consumer staples. Do I have these alphabetically? Yeah. We may have them differently because we have 41 sectors, Mike. They may be a little different. Sector rotation is on the basic 11, though. If I want to look at sector rotation, as I just did here, I think that if we've got more sectors to look at than just the 11, we can pay attention to which sectors are actually moving. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. All right. Now let's go back to the viewers. Let's go to the watch list viewer. Let's go to the customer picks and Humana. All right, I'm only taking. This is my live stream, so I can take as many stocks as I want. Stop, Jake. What other stocks are you looking at? Now I'm asking for stocks, and it's going to take you forever to type stocks in. And when I'm not asking for stocks, you're going to give me stocks. When I do ask you for stocks, you take forever. Lee, BLDR, VEV. I know that's coming from energy. That's another uranium stock I do like. EXTR, ATI. Don't double type them in either. All right, I'll get to them. Qubit, QUBT, BLD, ARHS, SMCI, I'm not typing in Pat's EPM, BORR, Is there such extra? There is. LEV extra cannot be found. Really? I just saw it. EXTRA extra is EXR. That's why. EXR. Let me go back up in the list. Let's go back up in the list. LEV, comma, Sensia. I like that, Mukesh. I haven't seen that stock come up in a minute. NVDL. Yep, there it is. Exit is already up there. Poop, I'm not putting Mug. I'm not putting BPT. Comma, Bohr is already in there. Please don't double type them. All right, please don't double type them. ACGL, comma, INTC, Intel, comma, Reg, comma, SGML, that's a lithium stock, SGML, comma, Tesla, comma, TRMD, comma, MVST, Copper Play, SCCO, AAOI, comma, trying to make sure I catch everybody. All right, stop typing in stocks now. AEHR, comma, Wave, comma, Lob, comma, EXTR. I put in EXTR.
All right, I'm going to go. You wrap this up.
No. Don't do that to me. BRBR. Joey's telling me I got to stop putting stocks in. All right. Sorry. Joey said I had to stop because I was taking a lot of stocks. I got 33 stocks in here. Holy smokes. That's a lot of stocks. I just put this on 40 so I can see them all.
Call me if you need anything.
Huh? I'm almost done, Joey. All right. Auto fit all the columns. All right. Stocks at the top of the list. SMCI, AEHR. What's at the bottom of the list? Sensionics. I loved this stock a while ago. Let's go take a look at the bottom half. All right, let's go take a look at the bottom half. Humana. You asked me about Humana. I love that it's undervalued, fundamentally safe, fundamentally sound stock. I like Humana. All right, SGML, good upside potential. The safety is not there. More in an aggressive stock. Humana is a good fundamental stock. MVST, fundamentally not sound. This is more of a speculative play. Lee, another one of those speculative plays, but, they're meeting up to expectations on car deliveries. All right, Builder, overvalued, more of a, nope, the safety is there. All right, the safety is there. Hey, VEV is looking good except for there's VEV. Undervalued, good upside, more of an aggressive play. VEV, are they making money? Yes, they are. Vicinity Motors is. I saw a story on Vicinity as well recently. Intel, overvalued, fundamentally not sound. Extra Space, overvalued. It makes money, but no good upside potential. BRBB, fundamentally not sound. AAOI, overvalued, fundamentally not sound. LEV, overvalued, fundamentally not sound. Let's look at these graphs real quick. View the stock graph. Put this on 3-month graph. Let's go peep it out. Wow, Builder, look at that. Ooh-wee. Let's go draw that trend line. Stock's moving up. Watch, this is one of those stocks where you need to take some of this off the table. Don't give this all back. Nice move on the stock. Don't give it all back. I'm taking off MACD. Why do I have MACD? Who looks at MACD? Ugh. All right. And you can also look at the stop price, but there's no reason to give this all back. Let's go to the next one real quick. Lee Motors, again, that's on deliveries of the vehicles. That's meeting up to expectations for building the vehicles. Watch that move, though. All right. Would I still get into it right now? Only if it's moving higher. The 3 and the 8 looks solid. As a way to get out of this stock, if the stock's price closes end of day below the 3, I'd probably take my profit off the table. MVST Auto Truck Repair Parts, coming off that, retracing from resistance to 3 and the 8 are closing. They're still positive, but if the 3 end of day goes below the 8, I'd probably get out of it. Humana, I wonder if that was an earnings play, and it was. Big gap, didn't fade the gap. I like it. Fundamentally sound. Relative value, relative safety, both above 1. Stopping right at a level of resistance, though. All right, keep that in mind. Stopping right at a level of resistance. I'd love to see if it can keep running up. That's at 487.41. Love the move off of this low. It was below the stop price, now moved from a sell to a hold to a buy. I like the play. I'd like to see it go back above that level of resistance, though. SGML lithium is a good play, but not right now. Big channel, very volatile in the move. 3 and 8 are currently negative right now. I'd be careful. SCCO, copper's on the move, along with my building stocks. Look at the pullback. The 3 and 8 kept you from being anxious. The 3 and 8 are still in play. Went from a buy to a hold to a buy. The volume is there. I like the play. Just make sure you got the right stops in place. Vicinity Motors, big pullback, but the 3 and 8 are holding. A lot of selling pressure on these 2 wicks right here. Keep that in mind. And the volume is starting to fall off a little bit. I would just say be careful with it. The 3 and 8, though, end of day are still good. Just make sure you got the right stops in place. Don't give that all back. INTC, fundamentally not sound. I think the move with them happens to be with the AI space moving up. Got to a level of resistance twice. Pulled back. I'm not a big fan of INTC until it can show me that it can get out of its own way. All right, the stock has been, for the most part, a buy or a hold all this time. Nice rebound today after yesterday. I'd be careful. I want to be in a stock that's making me money, not just going sideways. All right. EXR, I'm wondering if that was an earnings play. I don't know. You know, what's that candlestick formation right there? Anybody? What's that candlestick formation right there? It's only one thing, and it could be a positive sign. Anybody type it in the room? What's the candlestick? Anybody? Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. It is a hammer. Thank you, Rick. It is a hammer. This could be a possible reversal for the stock. I don't know what the news is, and I'm not going to look, but that's, from a technical standpoint, is a possible reversal on the stock. I would keep my eyes on it. All right, I would definitely keep my eyes on it. I'm not backing up the truck, though. And keep in mind what's going on in the market. I don't know what the news is. I'd be careful with it. Dan, you're right. Stop! Hammer time. Doom, doo, 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 doo. You can't touch this. I don't know if I wouldn't want to not touch this. I would be careful, though, especially with the market's conditions. All right, BRBR, sideways move, 3 and 8, back and forth. I'd really need to see this stock get out of its own way. I don't need to be in a stock that's moving sideways. I need to be in a stock that's moving up. AAOI, the 3 and 8 crossed where? The 3 and 8 crossed here. Was that the good opportunity to get out of it? Absolutely. Has the 3 and 8 crossed back to the upside yet? No. Down day today, little dark cloud cover. Earnings today, I'm not feeling it. That was the move. The easy money is gone. All right, so I'm not feeling that. This is a lot of volatility. Lion Electric, the 3 and 8 crossed to the downside today. Earnings play, 3 and 8 crossed down. If you're in it, take that profit. And there's a lot of volatility in it. All right, next one is Qubit. I did a story on quantum. I did a story on, and Jake, don't say nothing about it. I did a story on quantum stuff, quantum AI stuff. Qubit was on my list. Right now, it doesn't feel so. I don't feel so happy. All right, I'd be careful with it. I'd definitely be careful. RT is below 1. The 3 and 8 about to cross. What's the 3 and the 8? What's a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average? See these right here? A 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. All right, real quick, because I know Joey wants to go. That's in a channel. Even though I like uranium, I could find you a better uranium play rather than one sitting in a channel. Wave, 3 and the 8 negative, moving down. I got a downward trend line. On this one. Yeah, I'm not, until this stock can break above its downtrend, I'm not even thinking about it. The 3 and 8 are negative anyway. All right, and last but not least, Senseonics, nice move on it. I don't know what pushed it up. I don't know if there was some FDA news on it. Nice move, broke through resistance, came right back down, currently down, but at a level of support. Sitting at the value of 83 cents. Ooh, that could be a positive sign, but the 3 and 8 are negative. All right. That was the bottom half. I'm only going to look at the few at the top. Just a few. I know. I'm sorry, Joey. I got it. They gave me a lot of stocks today. All right. These are the stocks, the high VST. SMCI, I'm a big fan of taking profits off the table with that, folks, whether it's half or all. All right, whether it's half or all. The stock's made a lot of run. I'm not, and it's got a rebound day today. The 3 and the 8 are still in play. The call is yours. The call is yours. AEHR, the 3 and the 8 are crossing today. All right, if you haven't gotten out of it, take at least half off the table. Next one, STRL. Ooh, look at that trend line. It broke below the trend line and then went back up again. I'm going to draw a new trend line. The 3 and the 8 are converging, though, right at resistance. I wouldn't mind taking half off the table right there, folks. You got nothing to lose to take that profit. At least take half off the table. EXTR, not an earnings play, or is it? Nope, it was an earnings play. Nice jump up. The 3 and the 8 went sideways. The 3 went back above the 8 2 days ago as a buying opportunity. A little bit, I'm thinking that's a little profit taking right there. That's a little profit taking right there on the earnings. But again, if you were in, I wouldn't mind taking half off the table there. Builder, top builder. Earnings play, a little bit of give back right there. See that big wick at the top, a little selling pressure. The 3 and 8 are still in place, and it's right there at a level of resistance. Look at that. Bingo. Look at that. If it closes below that value of 280.71, I take some off the table. All right. I would take some of that off the table. Next one, ARHS. Wow. Homes furnishing. Why is that moving? Because a lot of people ain't buying new homes. They want to keep their homes. That's a smart play right now. I want you all to keep that stock. ARHS. I like that play. I like that play. I cannot lie. Whoever gave me that, I like this play. And it makes sense. It makes sense since people are not selling their homes because they don't want to take on a higher mortgage rate. This makes sense. Another stock in this space makes sense. Pool. P-O-O-L. You know, 2 other stocks that make sense in this space. Lowe's and Home Depot. Lowe's and Home Depot and Pool. 4 stocks in this space I like. That was you, Drew. I like this play. I do like, and it's cheap. And it's cheap. I like this play. I think that even if the market goes down, these are things that people will migrate to. ARHS, P-O-O-L, Lowe's, Home Depot. I probably need to make a watch list for that. All right, ARHS is in the middle of the street. Our house in the middle of the street. Wow. Really? That is our house. If you look at it, it's our house. Hey, if you thought that was funny, type a 1. If you thought, because actually, I'm going to type a 1 because I actually thought, Mark, that was a little funny. I really thought that was a little funny. All right. And I'm gonna laugh at that though. I think that was a little funny. Our house in the middle of the street. Wow. Way to go, Mark. I'm taking you out of timeout because that was funny. I'm officially taking you out of timeout because I thought that was funny. But I want you to write those 4 stocks down. ARHS, POOL, Lowe's, Home Depot. All right. I do like those. All right. Good play. Good play. And I'm gonna cheer on that. That was a good play. All right. Rig. Petroleum drilling, sideways move as petroleum is moving. I'd like to see us take out this level of, I'd like to see us take out this level of resistance, sitting about 880. I'd put in a buy order at about 885. I'd put in a buy order of 885. Scott says, can I disagree on Lowe's? I think Home Depot is run its course. Home furnishings can continue since people will stay in. I'm okay with that, Scott. Listen. I just gave my insight. I'm okay with that. I am so okay with that. Maybe I need to do a story on those 4 stocks. Maybe that would be a good story to do, and maybe sift through which stocks are the better plays. That may not be a bad idea, Scott. That may not be a bad play. All right. So Jake says this stuff really works. I agree with you. Next one, petroleum, another petroleum stock. When would I think about getting in? About 5 cents, about $8.95. I'd put in a buy order at $8.95. All right, that's it. All right, we did a lot of stocks. Joey didn't want me to do all of those stocks, but we did all of those stocks. Hey, if it was worth it for you to stop by today, hit the like button. All right. Once this is up on the channel, don't forget to share this content. People need to know the right stocks to buy at the right time. Tomorrow's video comes out on YouTube at 6 p.m. It is not a live stream. It's not a webcast. It is a video. I showed you how to get to our YouTube channel. All right. You'll see it pop up there at 6 p.m. You guys need to support that like that. I just went offline. Holy smokes. What just happened there? Joey, are you there?
Looks like YouTube said you've done enough.
Oh, is that what it was? All right. I got to go. Folks.
The internet's saying you've done doing too much.
All right, I gotta go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii and the Bahamas. Bon dia, salam, shalom, namaste. Gotta go. Bye. See ya.